just a thank you there for we had a whole team contribute to that presentation with KPMG as well. It's been an evolving conversation, so this is me. Before I start, it's with huge relief that I'm here. It's been a pretty challenging 8 weeks trying to pull that site together down the Harbour side. It wouldn't have been possible without actually a whole team of people, volunteers. We've got 130 volunteers now in the site. We've had huge effort from City Council, from departments I didn't even know existed that had to get involved. We've had incredible support from sponsors and partners and other people that have just come alongside us on this journey. And the reason that matters is because it has to be our city journey. It's very easy to sit in a dark room and have a good idea, but none of those ideas catalyse until people say, okay, this is our challenge, this is our city, and we're going to have to work together on that. And just to share my story, not because I'm particularly important in this, but because I think it's important to talk about our values and what we carry. I'm here because I want to see the city thrive. And that means thriving for everybody. And I see housing as a great opportunity because, let's be blunt, everybody we speak to in the city will recognise we have systemic failure. It's not working for this city, it's not working for our nation, it's not working around the world. And so we have to have courage. We have to work together to say, okay, if the system's not working, how can we think differently and prototype over here and start again? I started 18 months ago having some really silly conversations with very, very clever people. And what I realised quite quickly is those really clever people thought that we should do something different as a city. This can't be done in an industry silo. It can't be done with academia just talking to itself. It has to be done in the real world. And that means we have to look at political governance and city stewardship about how we bring that into the equation. And when I first met Lord Way, who will speak to you later, and I was sort of sharing some of my original thoughts, he looked at me, and it was a bit of a sort of critical moment in my life. And I talked about how we got together with some friends and we were trying to look at how we could use containers to house refugees. And he very gently looked at me and said, "What are you doing? You've got no idea about housing." And I thought, you're right. But then what he said to me, what you need to do is you need to curate values and vision and gather the experts around you. And then you bring collaboration into that space. And then together we can unlock answers together. And for me, this is the start of my journey, was saying, okay, I love the vision of the city office. I absolutely love the idea that the city office will gather around a city with these values of being courageous, of being hopeful, of being united, and actually being generous to see the city flourish. I love those values. So that's for me what a city office is, that moment, that opportunity. So as we start this journey together, and this is the beginning of a 5-year journey, those are the values that we carry to the city office. Because that tool to work together is how we can change a city. We need to reimagine the ways that we live together. We need to work together on that. The why, Louise and John have spoken to. I don't know about you, but I feel broken when I drive in on the M32 and I see tented cities. I mean, what is it within us that responds to that and says, okay, well, I've got a home, I'm okay? It's not okay. I feel indignant and angry at times when I read the press and I see the challenge that people have to try and get their way back out of poverty. But I worry for my kids' futures. How are they going to afford a house in this great city? It's a beautiful city, but I want it to be accessible to them. And I'm not vindicating anybody or demonising anyone. This is our challenge. But there is a real crisis. This is a time for political urgency. And we have to think differently and work together. So what can a housing festival do? Let's be real. What can it do in 5 years? Well, I think we can learn a lot together. One of the key things of the city office idea is gathering us together and saying, right, what can we do together to purpose housing differently? You see, so often we talk about units of housing, and yet housing can become a critical element of our social policy again. We have a moment with the technology of housing where we can really dream again about how we can put that housing to greater good. The rehabilitation of offenders, what would that look like being partnered with housing policy and building housing in community? the mental and physical health of our population, what would it look like to really talk to the NHS and say, okay, we can put physical adaptations in this housing that help people live longer and more independently, but how does that technology thrive when we understand how to put that housing into community? You see, I believe that you still need someone to knock on your door and still check you're okay. You know, we've too long celebrated our independence over our interdependence. And the thing about place is, we are interdependent, and we need to celebrate that and talk about that and work that through. So we have a moment of city governance where we can gather and we can dream and we create. We have a moment of physical technology that is changing at an expeditious rate. Cities are going to struggle to keep up with this, but we need to find ways to talk, to debate, to talk about the values that we can work to. There's also another challenge, which is things like blockchain and big data and AI. There are experts in the room tonight, but there's a moment where cities can think about how do we recruit that technology and deploy it so that we can talk about values again. One of my fascinations with our planning structure, and again, many people talk about the frustration of our planning structures right now. How does a nation redream how planning can work to become an enabler of these goals? You see, our planning system needs to be the equipper. It needs to be the motivation, it needs to be the steward. And sometimes we've got stuck and bolstered down. But there's a moment where we can redream and we can repurpose. But where do we start? Where do we start together? And I believe that is also how we do this with the Housing Festival. This is about prototyping small ideas and learning. The idea that we use housing as a tool to equip healthy and resilient community. I have the privilege sometimes of volunteering at some of our homeless shelters, and there's some here represented tonight. And the reality is that what I've picked up is that people are hopeless. They've lost hope that actually the system can find a way out. Now that has challenges to us as a city, because when you get that social disenfranchisement, we have real problems. So one of the issues that we face is we need to create pathways of hope again for people. Not in a silo, not in an institution, but actually where people can see that a city is mobilising to find these solutions. And for me, the Housing Festival gives us, not me, gives us a moment where we can learn that together and deploy. So how do we do that? I'm hoping you're going to help. Because I believe we can really clearly and very cleverly and very importantly articulate a high vision for the city, and actually the city's done a lot of work on that around the city office. That's a vision that most of us, whatever your politics, whatever your faith, whatever your position in society, we can all buy into those values. And into that, we have a city council that I think has a position and a credibility to lead. And a courage to say, actually, we've become a key enabler of change. So the high vision we set around the goals for the city, and then into that space, into the city office, we bring relational, physical, financial, and land capital. And we gather you, we gather the experts, we gather the placemakers, we gather the universities, we gather the architects, we gather the social innovators, and we say, right, here is a piece of land, and here are some of the challenges we need to fix. Will you help us prototype? Will you help us think about how we connect all of the challenges of energy and transport, and social well-being, and health, and rehabilitation? How do we build redemptive communities where people can flourish and not just survive? Will you help us? And as we build those, and we will, we'll have prototypes. They're not going to be perfect. Too often, in the political atmosphere, we wait for perfection. It's time to learn how to do progress again. We build, we learn, we test in real-world scenarios, and we get those people and those communities to say, this was great, this was terrible, we love this, take this away, and we have the courage to do it. This is what the technology allows us to do. It's time. Because if we don't do that, we've got a real challenge. 2050 becomes words on a board that no one's ever going to achieve. So city is time. So we set a vision as a city, and that's been done, but we have to respond. And that's all of us. None of us have that solution individually. So we're going to road test over the next 5 years. This is what we want to do. We want to road test and prototype new ideas. This is partly about the physical housing. The physical housing that means that we can move faster, we can expedite change, and we can test. It's a crucial opportunity that we have. This idea can catalyse the city office, because as we learn how to do We can also think about how we build energy and education. We can learn. We can learn how to test things. We can find political courage to try things. And actually, as a city, we have to have the political courage to fail. Because some of these ideas might not work. But we have to get past that and say, actually, if we can agree, if we can gather around city outcomes, and we can agree here is where we talk about, so that when Totally Modular or ZPods, whoever it might be, start building, let's be honest, people won't like it, it might be near them. But we can say, hey, as a city, we've agreed these are the outcomes. This is where we're not focusing on the colour of the door, or the fact of where it is, we're focused on the outcomes that as a city we need to learn how to deliver. And as we build those prototypes, we engage the city in the conversation. The reason it was important to me to have a public launch, which was on public land, to engage the citizens of the city, is because we need to talk to them too. And if you speak to some of the exhibitors who are down there, I think they've been astonished by the reaction of the public. We've had, so far, over 2,500 people come down in 4 days. I'll be honest, I'm staggered that we've had that response. But it's so important that we articulate the vision of a city, because none of this happens without those people feeling part of this discussion and part of this conversation. The who, well, there are players, of course, but the who has been set up in such a way that the housing festival belongs to no one. It's mine, it's yours. Anybody who is working within these values and agreeing with these outcomes can come under this story to celebrate the city. And the reality is the housing festival in Bristol has been happening way before I was born. This is a city of great innovation. There are some incredible community groups doing the most incredible work, and it needs to be celebrated. One of the ways that we create hope is finding a place to share these stories about what is already happening. Because if you don't hear of them, or you don't get to see of them, how do you know that change is coming? How do you know that the idea of one day having a safe and secure home where you can thrive can be possible? So we need to articulate what's coming, but we also need to move faster, and we need to move together. I've mentioned these values, and I just want to focus on those for one moment. You know, it's very easy to be cynical about values, but I think actually, iridescently, if you break it down to what we need to do as a city, we have to learn how to do this together. I stopped a page of 18 months ago, and I'm only showing you this because I believe we sow this into the fabric. So basically, my wife and I, we sold our flats. We made a lot of money on that flat. Aren't we lucky, you know? And we made a decision when we couldn't buy a house that we would take that money and would invest it in trying to make this housing festival launch. And I'm not telling you that because I'm special. I'm telling you because unless we start to think differently about how we serve and bless the city, unless we think differently, we're going to struggle to get different results. So these values of being courageous, of being generous, of being united, you know, how do we gather around outcomes so that if your business wins and gets the commercial intellectual property to take something forward, you can celebrate it still because actually it's helping the city flourish. We can't all win all the time, but we can all help part of a city celebrate. And then this city has that place of investment that people want to come because this is a city that has learned how to foster those ideas. That we celebrate our winners because they gather around the outcomes that we all signed up to. And we need hope. You know, Marvin's talked recently about this being a city of hope. What better place than to start on our housing? To show people that we're serious and to show people that we will find solutions to the challenges we face. So after 5 years, we're going to have some new high quality, sustainable housing that real people will be living in. We will have testimony to bring to you to say, isn't this great that these people here who are frustrated and felt cut out can now share their success. And that's our success. Their story is our story. We're going to find new supply chains. And what I want to be really clear about is, this is not about demonising the big house builders or complaining about politicians, because without those structures in place, we have no supply chain. But we do need to bring on the supply chains. We do need to find ways in the city building the housing that the city needs. It's about financial innovation. One of the key challenges to this is how we unlock the resources that we need to unlock. And again, I'm absolutely confident from the conversations I've had over 18 months that money will not be a black block to this. This is about the ability to collaborate, to find those solutions, to look at subordinated land value, to find ways of cities really moving this forward, and again, enabling through the City Council. And there's huge technology that we can start to deploy. And as we start to learn how to work together, that technology becomes much more quickly deployed around values and outcomes that we can sign up to. And we need to talk about healthy and resilient communities. We cannot talk about just building more units of housing, because if we just build more housing and we see family breakdown and people that don't know how to live in those houses, we end up needing more houses. We need to understand how to really help people to live healthy and resilient lives. And the other thing with that, I think, is so important, is that we need to learn how to share what we have as a city. So, the understanding of place and the way that we welcome people into place that aren't like us is a key challenge. But we have to learn, and that takes courage. So, we have 5 years. We're not going to fix all the stuff that Lucy and John alluded to in 5 years. But I think there's a couple of things we will do in 5 years. One is we will prototype. And I'd love you to be part of that journey. Come down to the waterfront, see some of the ideas that are available to us as a city, and there's more, but come and see. But what we may get at the end of 5 years is a new way of working together, and some confidence in the way that we can test and build in real-world scenarios. And I think that becomes a real gift, not just to Bristol, but actually to other cities as well, because what we need right now is political courage and the willingness to move. So I just invite you to feel of the Bristol Housing Festival as a place for you to come and play. If we can stretch a canvas over this city and talk about these values and these outcomes, please come and draw them. Please come and take up your place, because none of us have the answer. But there is a huge amount of collective wisdom in this room. And across this city we have incredible experience and innovation. And so the Bristol Housing Festival is a gift, I hope, to us all to say, let's do this, Bristol.